Hey everybody, how's it going? So I recorded a video yesterday for today, but it turned out to be trash because it was just all over the place. Surprise, today's video is also going to be all over the place. I'm currently, well, I can't really turn the camera around. Currently just got water put in it. Tested for leaks. It had a couple leaks, but I got them all figured out. Just a couple things needed to be tightened. So, got water in the coolant reservoir, or not coolant reservoir, sorry, coolant expansion tank. And then, what else did I do? Oh, I finished up tidying up all the brake lines and fuel lines under the car with all those clamps that I haven't showed you yet because you didn't see the video I recorded yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to flip this around and show you some other stuff we did. Okay, now that I can comfortably film, oh, hold on. Alright, we went ahead and powder coated that bracket, powder coated the power steering reservoir and cap, and tightened up all the lines, made sure they're all good. What else did we do? Tightened up the suspension, or not the suspension, but the tie rods, made sure that was all good and the rack is centered. Or the steering is centered and the rack. Got the fans wired up and tested. So yeah, in today's video we should be adding power steering fluid in a little bit, test firing it in a little bit, and also bleeding the brakes and making a, where is it? Sorry, all over the place, as usual. So one of these caps we're going to modify and put a tire Schrader valve in it so that I can pressure bleed my system easily. Put about 5 pounds of, well, we'll get all that to it later. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, step one of doing this. Ignore this mess. This is completely abnormal and not at all has ever happened before. This is just a freak accident. We're just going to ignore that. So, step one, drill a pilot hole in the center of ye cap. Step two, we are going to measure, if you can see here, if we can get the lighting right, there is a lip right here, and then an inner shoulder, and then this bigger edge up here. We need to measure this flat spot in the middle, and that's what diameter our hole needs to be. So, we're going to use our handy dandy, zero that out, handy dandy caliper measuring device here. These are called calipers, not to be confused with calipers. Calipers, 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 calipers. Okay. Let's see, are we a millimeter? Yes. This is all very hard to do one-handed. I commend every single YouTuber out there able to do this shit. Ah, okay. Oh, wrong way. Alright, let's see how scientific this is getting. Okay, 111.84. Okay, let's tighten that down. Let's see, roughly, it's a little bit bigger than that, or a little bit smaller than that. So we're going to use, once again, total anomaly. My tools had nothing to do with this pile. We're going to use this step drill bit to get it to the proper size, which, since it's not 1/2 of an inch, it must be, yeah, it's 15/16. You can't see that, but it's 15/16 in the fraction department, not the millimeter. So we're going to take it to 15/16 or not 15/16, 15/32. 15/16 is much bigger. So we're going to drill that out now and then see what it looks like. Update. Okay, so we got the hole drilled for the same size as this shoulder, which ironically we got lucky. This thickness right here of that flat is almost identically the same thickness as this, as if it was meant to happen. Love it when the universe works like that. So, actually, I forgot to clean that burr. Un momento. Okay, I have no idea where that last video ended off because I don't think I hit the button properly. So, since your last update, I have deburred the inside of this cut and attempted a horrible video cut from scene to scene. I don't think it turned out well. I mean, we are here, so. Then I have put a little dollop of silicone in that flat area just to help give it like that extra seal, even though it's the exact same size. And then I've also since dropped this on the ground and got crud on it and had to clean it. So, you know, it's been a busy day. So let's put this on here and see how it works out. Should just, oh wow, this is gonna be perfect. Oh, look at that. Pops right in. Looks professional as heck. That's perfect. I mean, that was made for it. Okay. And now I can thread this onto each one of my reservoirs, put 5 pounds of pressure from the regulator on my tank, and then just crack open each corner and pressure bleed my brakes. It's that easy. I do this mod even on my my daily and on pretty much any car that I have, because it just makes bleeding the brakes 1,000 times easier. So, I'm going to give it time for this silicone to set up, and then we're going to start bleeding the brakes. I am super happy how that turned out, though. That looks like it should be a factory part from Willwood. Alright, well, it's as hot as Satan's nether regions down here, or up here, or where I'm at. So, cut to me switching the camera angle. What we got going on here is, let's see, oh, yeah, almost forgot where we left off. So, got the cap made, nice and pretty. Now we are going to add fluid first to the clutch master cylinder reservoir. I'm a little bit nervous, just mainly because I hope everything is tight enough. I checked everything, it should all be good, so here we go for the first pour, if I could learn how to film it. Alright. There we go. Oh, D&D. Alright. And yes, I'll be putting clamps on these lines. I'm just not currently, unless it becomes a problem, then I will immediately attach clamps. But as of right now, I think it's good enough just for this. Not for actual use on a track or driving. Don't do what I do, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's see how this works. Got this hooked up. I have about 3 to 4 pounds of pressure from my regulator on this setup. I could probably do like a smidge more, which I might. I might just, because it's almost not even showing. There, smidge more. It's all good. I'm not getting any leaks down here or anything like that. So let's go underneath. I think I need this size or this size, one of the two. I've already got it set up here for my slave bleed. I just need to know which one is this. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually film this. What's in the view? Okay, that's not going to be able to be filmed. 1 second, let me just crack it open and then we'll get going. Okay. Let's see. I had it just a second ago. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. As you can see, the fluid moving. Alright, time to check our fluid up above. Sweet YouTube filming, right? Alright, we're already low. I'm gonna check fittings. No leak there. Oh, that looked wet, but oh. No leak there. Sweet. Alright, so what we do now is just pop this quick release. Ooh, I cranked that bad boy down. Open that bad boy up. Add some more fluid. Sweet. Alright. And it's going to be bled. We're going to try this real hard. Now. Alright. Now, sitting in the car, I'm happy to report I have a great feeling clutch. Like, that feels phenomenally good. Worked great. Took about 15 minutes. Had a little bit of a leak for the clamp at the bottom of this reservoir. Thankfully didn't have any leaks here, didn't have any leaks on the firewall bulkhead except for on the outside. It was just seeping a little bit, and then underneath on the slave cylinder it seeped just a smidge. So all tightened up, all is good. Oh yeah, baby. Sweet. Alright, don't want to pinch that. Alright, clutch is great. Now let's hope that we get just as lucky on the brake system. Update. Okay, so when we last left you, I do believe we got the clutch bled, and that was all good. The clutch pedal felt great. Well, I started working on the brakes and found a brake line that needed to be remade, and I was doing that, and I was starting to put the new brake line back in. As you can tell, there's only 2 reservoirs now, and where the clutch one is a rag. Well, let me tell you what happened. I was working on the brake line, and I look over, and all of my electronics here in my ARC circuit board and the whole center console was covered in brake fluid / clutch fluid, hydraulic fluid. Covered. Absolutely soaked, and it was pouring out. Turns out, we're about to test the bounds of JB Weld for temporary fixes. This clamp, you got to be careful not to tighten it down too much, because it will pinch all the way through this plastic, which it did all right here, and about 5 minutes after bleeding the brakes, it just started gushing everywhere. I don't know why I didn't do it immediately, but we're testing the bounds of JB Weld right now because my spare reservoir is too big and it won't fit in this spot in any way. So until I can get my new one in, I'm just going to try it and see if this works. I mean, it's hidden, you're not going to see that part, and it'll work. Yes, ironically, it will cause me more work in the future because I'm going to have to drain the system and, you know, replace the reservoir, but good enough for now. Alright, quit my ranting, and in the next scene, either that reservoir is going to be on and bled again, or we're going to be running the car and bleeding out the coolant system and stuff. Let's see. Alright, I'm sure this video is all over the place. We've had a few catastrophes with all that. That's all cleaned up now. I've since started the car, got it up to running temperature. It's running a little bit warm, but I think that's because there's still air pockets in there that I'm working out. As you can see, there's a little bit of mess underneath, and that would be because I forgot to tighten this oil line. All good now. So I guess here's the end of the video. for some reason. I've checked, there's no vacuum leaks, so I'm not entirely certain why. I don't know, but there she is. Get it figured out.